Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be playing with this new beauty right here. This is the Fearless Holiday Eyeshadow Palette from Dedesignature. This is their holiday release, so I'm going to go over all the info, pricing, the palette itself, swatches, and then create a couple looks so I can let you guys know my thoughts on this. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty. I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, and I like to do a lot in indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. We're gonna make this intro short, but I really want to get right into this palette. I'm going to do like a bird's eye shot of the palette. You're gonna see it up close, the shadows, the swatches, and I'll give you all the detail, launch info, and all of that. And then we'll get into two looks with the palette. And then of course, I'll give you guys my final thoughts at the end. So I feel like we should just dive right in. Let's get into this beauty right here, the Fearless Holiday Eyeshadow Palette from Dedesignature that they so kindly gifted to me. And I can't wait to try it and give you guys my honest feedback. But this palette is going to be available on the 29th, their official launch date. There's a price showed for $44.99. But here's the beautiful packaging. It's got like the fall, like Thanksgiving going into like the wintry Christmas vibes. Here's the back of it, info and ingredients. And then we're gonna get inside this beauty right here. So there is a big large mirror, and then here are the shades. It's very versatile, a lot of different color options. This is the biggest palette that they've done. There are 7 metallics in here. This one right here looks maybe like it's gonna be more smooth, kind of satiny. And then there's 13 mattes. They did them in monochromatic rose. And they also made magnetic pans. So I think this is their first palette where they have magnetic shadows in there, so you can pop out the shades, rearrange them, put it in a different palette if you wanted to. So that's really cool. They took some feedback from people who wanted to see that within their palettes. I'll show you guys a little closer all the shades. See, there's some that are just really sparkly looking. Then you have like the grunge, the warm tones, the cool tones. So this seems to be a really good palette for going into the fall, into the winter time. Very transitional. But that's all the info about this eyeshadow palette. So I think I can squeeze into maybe one look. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but let's get back to my base. So we're gonna get into the palette now, and I think I'm gonna do like a very holiday look with the reds, the green, and then maybe do something more nudie-ish for the second look. We shall see. So I'm gonna start off with Fireplace, which is the deeper red in the palette. I'm gonna dust off the X's, and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner because I want that to show up as pigmented as possible. And it does have some depth to it, so I love that. And now I'm going to go into the holiday flavor shadow, and I'm going to use the same brush. This one is just a more vibrant but lighter red. This one leans more, I guess you would say, burgundy, and then this one is more of a true red. And I'm going to blend over the edge of that and bring it in the inner portion as well. Because I want this to go even darker on the outer corner, I'm going to take some of the shade Cocoa. Or should I use Pansy? You know what? No, I'll go with Pansy instead. It's that deep, cool, like eggplant purple. And I'm just going to keep that right on the outer corner just to add some more depth, which is definitely doing that. And it's laying over that other matte really well. So I'm basically going to do the same thing on the lower lash line. So I'll start off with Fireplace, which was the darker red, and use that through. You gotta be careful with reds because you don't want to end up having a pink eye or look like you have an eye infection. But honestly, I'm not afraid to use red on the lower lash line. You just don't want to blow it out too much. I mean, unless that's what you want, you know, do whatever when it comes to makeup. I am going to take some of Holiday Flavor, which was the lighter red, and go over the edge. And then take some of that Pansy, the deeper purple on the outer corner. Isn't that looking amazing? And sometimes reds can be tricky and sometimes purples can be tricky. So everything is going on very nicely. I do want to go into the shimmers now. Yeah, definitely want to go into Festive, which seems like a kind of satiny, more smoother metallic, but it has a lot of sheen. I'm going to use that on the lid here. Because who doesn't love a good red? And then for the inner portion, I'm debating between cinnamon toast or chai latte, which I could use a chai latte right now. Okay, I think chai latte is the winner because it's so sparkly. Okay. I'm feeling that. It's very sparkly. It has a little bit more of a sheer base. I feel like you could also use this as a topper, which I'm going to go over the red a little bit to add some more sparkle on top of that red metallic. So let's go into Fun Filled. I'm just using this flat shader brush and I'm going to pop it right there and a little bit up into the crease, but just keep it right in there. And surprisingly, it is bright enough to add a pop, a nice little green fun pop. I'm going to take a little bit of the red metallic Festive and use that down here to kind of mesh with that green inner corner. Okay, maybe we shall see if this soft face shade, which is a beige, can, you know, brighten up and clean up the brow bone a bit. It's kind of meshing into my skin tone, but it is adding some brightness. And you can definitely use this shade to like clean up edges, set your primer if you wanted to. So I'm going to go finish off my look, liner, mascara, you know, all that good stuff, and I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, loves, I am back, and here's the completed look, and I obviously really committed to this Christmas holiday theme, but I knew for the first look, I wanted to do something really festive since that is what the palette is all about, getting into the whole holiday season, and this look was very easy to put together with like an all red eyeshadow look with a pop of green in the inner portion. Doesn't take a lot to make a Christmas look when you're using reds and greens, and I just added a few little details. So I did like a little multi-chrome arch with this liner from Litho from the Avatar collection. I think this is part of the top set, but I'll have it linked below. And then I put these red little bow gems here, you know, it's giving Christmas decor, Christmas gifts. I just knew I had to add something to make the look a little bit more interesting. And then I always love pairing a red lippy with a red eye look. So I went in with this Locked Kiss lipstick from MAC. This is the shade Ruby True. It's a true like cool tone red shade. And then for the waterline, I wanted some more green, so I used the Sephora Ultimate Gel Eyeliner and Matte Lime Green. And I used the NYX little liner to create a wing, and I used the Blend Bunny and the telescopic mascara, which is what I've been using in a lot of my videos lately. And that is all I did to complete this look, and I love it. It was so easy to put together, not over the top, but still quite festive, and I'm very happy with how everything performed so far in the eyeshadow palette. So I think we should now jump into look number 2. And I'm going to start off with Saddle and run that through the crease since I'm trying to do something more nudie for this look, a little more toned down. I did prime my eyes again with the Glamlite Icing eyeshadow base and buttercream. And I'm just gonna work this through the crease as like my initial transition shade. It's like more of a mid-tone brown. I'm going to take a little bit of Soft Face, the beige, and I'm going to use that to soften the edges. Wow, I really need to pluck my eyebrows. Please ignore that. And now I'll take a little bit of Cocoa, which is the deeper brown in the palette, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner and just a little bit through the crease, like halfway. And then the lower lash line, I'm going to use the same shades. So I'll start off with Cocoa, the deeper one on the outer corner here. And then I will take Saddle and blend over it, and use soft face to blend out the edges. So just doing everything the same down here in the lower lash line. So just to take this a little darker, I do want to try to take a little bit of dark winter over this outer corner to see if that can just make it a little deeper out there. I don't want to put too much. I just want to see if that could add some depth, just a little bit more. Definitely brought in some teal into the mix, which is fine. I just want it to seem a little deeper. I'm just going over with the cocoa shade on top just to get it to lean a little bit more on the brown end. So we're gonna take, I think, a Moody Autumn. That shade, it has a shift to it. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm gonna put that here, like right there in the center towards the edge. Wow, that is such a beautiful shade. And now I'm going to go in again with Chai Latte. I'm really loving this shade. I'm going to use a little bit of it in the inner portion, the little shader brush, and I'm going to use that as the inner corner highlight shade too, because it's just so sparkly and pretty. And I'm going to now tap some of Chai Latte over the other metallic because it makes a great sparkly topper. And this is the look. I think I'm going to keep it like this. I might add something off camera to it, but I love this with like the brown crease and these metallics and the outer corner. So gorgeous. So let me go and finish off my look, do the other eye, you know, the usual deal, and I will come back and show you guys the completed look. All right, loves, I am back, and here's the completed look. I put the hair down, and I'm feeling very pretty in this. I feel very glamorous, a little sexy, a little sultry, and it was so easy to put this look together, but look at that metallic on the lid. It's shifty, it's pretty. And then that Chai Latte shade in the inner corner, it's just so sparkly, and I just love that. And to me, this is more of a kind of nudie-ish look with a twist. I know I do have some color on the lid, but having like the brown through the crease and the outer corner kind of grounds it a little bit and makes it a little bit softer and not intense, instead of like me going through with like a teal crease, like matte situation. Going in with the brown just kind of softens it up a little bit, but I do feel also like a little smoky and sultry with this. I wanted to try to do something like totally different from the first look, and I feel like I nailed it with this one. And I didn't feel like a need to add anything additional, no gems, no liners. I think it's just beautiful on its own. And what I did off camera to complete this look is I went in with the LA Girl Shockwave Liner and Dragon to pull in more of that tealy green to the look. And I used the NYX liner to create a wing, the Blend Bunny mascara, the telescopic mascara, and then I wanted like a 90s lip. I wanted something brown to go with the shades that are through the crease. So I have the MAC Lock Kissed Ink in Posh. It's a really beautiful brown like liquid lipstick, and it really did pair nicely with this eye look, and grounded it even more by going in with like a brown nudie kind of lip instead of something a little bit more crazy bold. And that's all I did to complete this look. Very simple, very pretty, and I'm a big fan. So that was it for look number 2. So I am ready to give you guys some thoughts so you can know whether this is something worth picking up or not. So let's jump right into my final thoughts. So I have nothing but positive things to say about this, and it's not because I got it in PR. This is my true 100% thoughts and feedback. I'll always be, you know, honest and transparent about how I feel about products, no matter whether it gets sent to me or not. But everything that I was able to use within this palette performed really nicely. Now, of course, I have to do more looks, test out the other shades I wasn't able to use yet, and I'll always come back and give you guys like my final thoughts. But on initial first impression, this is a lovely palette, and I was able to use 11 of the shades, so a little more than half of the palette I was able to use with these 2 looks, and everything did really well. I had no issues, no patchiness, no blending issues. I had no issues with the pigmentation. There was nice depth in here. And I love that they have like darker mattes and more fun, colorful shades instead of just throwing in a matte black. And you can easily mix these shades with like this brown right here to tone it down and get it to be a little bit more nudie-ish. I love like mixing mattes and kind of customizing the shades for my liking. And then you have these beautiful mid-tones. The reds perform nicely. No issues with the purple shade. And purples, blues, and reds are just colorful shades in general can be tricky to formulate. So they all did nicely and they all laid on one another well. And then there's these beautiful metallics that are creamy, sparkly, and there's like some variation in the formulas. So Festive is more slick, smooth, traditional metallic, but it's gorgeous. If you want to do a very intense red look, it's so beautiful all over the lid. Fun Filled is a little bit more textured and flaky and more intense, and it made a beautiful like limey inner corner. And Moody Autumn has such a beautiful shift. I mean, look at it on my lid. It's so pretty. And I'm really loving Chai Latte. I think this might be my favorite metallic so far. It's a nudie kind of shade, but it's so sparkly. You can use this on its own, or you can use it as a topper, as you saw me do. And it just adds some extra sparkle and fun to the look. It's honestly stunning. I really love it. If you like sparkly shades, now I'll have to try the other shades that I haven't used, but these metallics that I have are beautiful and creamy. And from what I can see with the other ones that I haven't used, they seem to have similar textures to the Fun Filled, since I was also able to, swatch them when I showed you guys all the swatches. And overall, I'm really happy. It's super versatile. You saw I was able to do something really bright red and festive to something a little bit more sultry and toned down with a twist. And that just shows you can go totally different directions. And I love the monochromatic rose. It makes it easy to think of looks. If you want to go with an all tealy look, you can go all purple, you can go all red. The options are endless in this palette, so I definitely think this is a good one. And I'm just happy to see them doing a bigger palette and making magnetic pans and like taking customer feedback and just improving and improving. Every time they come out with something, it's even better. And then of course, Dedesignature was so kind to send this to me, and I'm so happy. It just makes me want to keep trying more and more. I kind of want to get those like holiday palettes that they brought back, because they look really pretty. But thank you so much to Dedesignature for sending this my way. I appreciate it, and I'm just so thankful when brands like see me and notice me and they're like, hey, I want to send you something. It's like such a compliment, and makes me feel seen in this beauty space. But anyways, guys, that was my thoughts on this palette, the 2 looks that I was able to come up with, all the info and all of that. You guys will now have to let me know, what are your thoughts? Did you pick up this palette because I think the pre-launch just started? Or are you gonna pass on it? Is this your vibe? What do you think of Dedesignature? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot of indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the palette link. I'm pretty sure it will be on pre-launch when this video goes up, and I'll have like, all the details, pricing, and info. And I will have my makeup linked in case you're curious on what is on my face, foundation, and all of that. I will also have other videos of mine you might be interested in, like other ones I did with the other products from Dedesignature. And I will have my contact and my social media platforms linked. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really, really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting my channel, being amazing. I just appreciate you guys all so much, and I just hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season so far, and just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.